You want to
Hello,
start?
welcome to Tuesdays in the Shop. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Jen. And we're here to talk about some of our Threadsome patterns that we're launching tonight. The first one I was told to talk about is Agnes. Agnes is letters, and I have some of the 4-inch tall ones, and I I don't have the rest of my letters. I used to have a whole word, but now I just have some numbers. But each letter, you can do different things with it. So I have a little pattern in the background that's just applique. So that's in I think a 2-inch size. There's like there's several sizes in the pattern, and I can never remember how many I did. It feels like I
Let's see.
did a lot.
Let's see.
Ah,
We
um,
have, there's so many.
yeah, there's a lot.
So it says to do, so these are the templates in the pattern are 4 inches tall. And then you, for fifth, you do reduce it by 50% to get 2 inches, enlarge it by 100 to get, well, that would still be 4 inches. 125% would be 5 inches, and 150% would be 6 inches. You could, 200% for 8 inches. You could go crazy. But here's one of the sheets. So you can just trace these templates. It is double-sided, so you don't want to cut them out.
Yeah.
And then there's also patterns for decoration. I don't know how well, there's a little bit of glare here on this paper, but see a little bit better there. So some patterns for doing decorations.
And what you do is you trace that onto your letter. And like, so this one has the one that comes down in angles with some running stitches and some French knots and some back stitches. And there's stitch diagrams in the pattern too, but they're very simple stitches. And then
Ooh,
we
we've
have,
even got
yep.
we've even got question marks and numbers and little ampersands and all that good stuff too.
Yeah. So they're really fun. And all you do is you cut out the letter, do some embroidery, and then whip stitch them together if you want the 3D, or you can applique them down if you want them done that way. And what do you use them for? I did a garland for QuiltCon. I think I was thinking about doing another garland for in my Christmas tree to spell out Merry Christmas. And then I started thinking about how many letters that was, and I may or may not do that.
Yeah, so you have to keep in mind how many you want to do here, especially with the 3D, because
Yeah,
that's cutting two sets for everything, and then you don't have to embellish them.
right.
Um, but yeah, just the cutting is that can be a little tedious too.
Yeah. The other thing is that the pattern comes with a PDF, a QR code. You can download the PDF in different sizes too. If you don't want to do math at the printer
Copy
store or
machine.
wherever. I was
Yeah,
going to say
that's really handy.
that's dating myself. But you can just download the PDF for different sizes. And like we have the wool packs.
We do. We have lots of wool packs in
I was just
these
holding the
pretty
letter one.
colors.
I think you could get a front. You need 2 pieces of the small pack or 1 from the big pack to get each letter.
All
So
these, I can't even hold them all up at once. There's so many.
they're so pretty. They're so pretty.
And this one is even a multi. So I think this one's called Nature.
Yeah.
Nature. So it's got these like kind of muted blue, green, red, brown. It's very pretty.
Yeah. They're so fun. I love those. I have some of those for my stuff, and it's so hard to keep them in the plastic looking nice. I just always want to open them up and pet them because they're so soft.
This would be a nice palette for Christmas. I feel like I should take this
What?
out of the plastic so you can actually see it.
Yeah.
But there's not like a true, well, there's an olivey green as well as teal and then the reds.
Yeah.
But then we also have red and green. You could combine those. A lot of
Ooh.
people are doing teal at Christmas time too. I mean, look how good all three of these look together.
Oh, that's so cool. I love retro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. All right. I was thinking about just silver and white, but I think that might be too boring.
Silver and white. Well, that's classic.
Yeah.
We don't actually have one white, but we do have the
Silver.
black and gray. So that would work for a very neutral, sophisticated
Yeah.
color scheme.
They're all so pretty. They're so fun. All right, so there's the code for Agnes. If you're interested in that pattern, you can get it in print or in PDF. Let's see. Oh, the PDF I think is at threadsome.com. Anyways. So that was Threads. So that was Agnes. And then we have, oh, there is a link to it on the thing. I'm so professional and prepared tonight. Yay. The other pattern that we're launching tonight is Helena. And this is the one that's hanging up behind Andrea. And this is really good. If you haven't done any work with wool before, any wool applique, it is really fun. Simple shapes, easy to lay out. They have in the pattern, I have provided templates for the hexagons and also this little layout template. So if you're worried about spacing them, I actually just kind of eyeballed it, but this would help you put it in kind of like the way the tile guys set up the tiles. That was
That's
what
what I
I
was
was.
just thinking. Yeah, they stick those little things in between so
Yeah.
everything is exactly the right distance.
So you
That's
can get
really
it.
helpful.
Yeah, you can get it just right and get them laid out if you're worried about that. And then just stitch them down. And the quilting is just straight lines. We went around each hexagon. I did get a little fancy when there's no hexagon in the pattern. There is quilting where the hexagon would be, kind
Which
of
I
a bowl
love.
shape. And then I did some really simple running stitch embellishments. Like, so if you were thinking about Sylvia, but didn't want to go into all of the embroidery, this is a way to do it to get some of that wool texture and feel and see if you like it. And it's just so pretty. And we have 3 different colorways. We have
We have
this one,
yep, we have kits for 3 different colorways. We have the original, which what did we call this?
tropical.
Yeah, I think so. Tropical. And then we have this beautiful kind of saddle brown or pecan with purple.
And I think
So I
that's
can show you the
harvest.
harvest. Okay, that one. And they come with thread. So we
Hmm.
do have coordinating threads. There's 2 that'll kind of be invisible for tacking down the hexagons. And then there's 2 decorative that are thicker to do the accent running stitch. So
Yeah.
each kit comes with the backing, the wool, and the backing, binding, wool, and thread, and pattern.
Yes.
So everything you need except for batting is here. And then we have one more kit, this cool gray kit. So if you're into the monotone, sophisticated grays, this would be that one for you.
Yes. Excellent.
Whatever you're drawn to, we've got kits for it.
And we're
And to
going to
be honest, I was a little intimidated by Sylvia, the last wool applique pattern that we had, and this one seems a lot more approachable to me. Running stitch, I can do a running stitch. I can sew along straight
Ooh.
lines. That kind of thing I can handle. And this is just a nice little, it's a good size. That's not too intimidating. Something you can definitely finish. And then it's like a nice little table topper. I think you could turn this into a nice bag too, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Now you got me thinking because I'm gonna have to do another one. We're gonna have a sew along. We're gonna start that in January. So if you want to do it as part of a group, CJ says hello. I don't know where my bribery materials went. But we're gonna have that. So we'll have the same thing that we have with Sylvia. We'll have videos up and on demand and some live sessions for people who are a little bit nervous about embroidering and working with wool. This one's a little different than Sylvia. With Sylvia, we had wool thread for the applique portion. This one we have cotton.
Mhm.
Because I have been told by people in the industry that you have to stitch wool with wool. And I think that's nonsense and gatekeeping. So we're going to do cotton because I'm stubborn. Because I did
I
all
like
my
the
original
cotton.
samples are cotton and it's fine.
And I like that it has a little bit of a shine to it. So
Yeah.
it you get that. I mean, it's not shiny, but it's not as dull as wool. So you get that little bit of contrast, which I think is nice.
Yeah. And then the thread, we give you a whole spool of thread. You're not going to use that on this. You just can't get that many stitches in there.
Oh, I think if you really wanted to, I think you could.
But the thread can be used for other stuff too. It's totally fine. Like this applique thread, it's a little bit light, but it works in my machine fine too. So, because sometimes, I have all my threads, I put them in my sewing machine because I can. Will you stop, miss? Sorry, I have a bad dog and I'm missing my bully sticks. And she knows that I'm vulnerable to bribery right now. But yeah, so this is one of our things. Oh, would you like to catch the dog? Um, this was one of our launches for Threadsome, and I'm so excited to finally be able to share it with everybody because it's so fun. And I forget when I'm not working with wool, I forget that I love it. So I'm excited to get started with it again.
And it's 1 yard for the background, and can you get a backing and a background out of 1 yard for this?
So I think it's actually 3/4 of a yard.
So even less.
The background gets cut to 20 by 30. So you could
get that out of, you could get the backing and the background out of a yard. And then, so if you wanted to make your own, if you're not satisfied with one of the kits we have here and you'd like to, go for a pink and gray or something, we've got the wool here, and then just 1 yard of whatever you want your background to be, and that's enough to get you almost finished with this project.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that I bet you that I haven't done the math. Let's I haven't done the math yet, but I'm pretty sure that one of those packs, one of the bigger packs will be enough because the original only calls for 3 and that has 6. So I think it would be fine. Yeah.
That would be nice to give even a little bit more color variation, as long as, it's still a monotone, it's not going to get too crazy or too busy. Having twice as many colors, I think it would still look good. But yeah, that would be fun. Can do all kinds. You could go crazy with these and make some really fun stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's interesting. Like this was part of the design process that after we designed all the quilts and wrote all the patterns, it was like, I wonder if we should have started with the pre-cuts. And I think that our next round definitely will, because it makes it much more fun. I am a scrappy quilter. I want all the colors. Just 3 colors is hard for me. But I really love that idea of starting with those things. But yeah, this is going to be fun. And now I don't want to work on it until January. I have to remind myself I don't want to do it till January. Now I want to start again. But yeah, so those are our wool things. And if anybody's interested in an Agnes sew along with the letters, drop us a comment, because I'm not sure about that, but they're fun. They're another thing where like I'm really into them when I'm doing them, and then I forget and I don't go back to them because all the words I want to do are long. I wish everybody's name was short.
Yeah.
But I think they'd be really awesome for if you like fancy Christmas paper or Christmas wrapping, to just do to do one letter for somebody for their package, like
that would be adorable.
And then you could reuse them from year to year.
Yeah, that would look really cute if you've got all these packages under the tree and little letters on them as the little gift tag or whatever.
Yeah,
that'd be really cute.
Naughty.
Because Yvette is always thinking naughty. She's gonna make a banner that says something, I love wieners or something. Wieners being the dogs.
I'm there too. I also like my mother just came and took CJ though, so she's not going to bark at me anymore. It's important to have team support.
Yes, always.
Let's see. So what else do we have going on? Our Bagapalooza retreat?
Bagapalooza coming up in November. I finished another bag over the weekend, which I didn't bring in. But yeah, we just keep churning through the projects in this book. It's great. I'm looking forward to the retreat. What else do we have coming up? I think that might be about it for now.
I did start a bag. I started a quick bag that probably should take an hour, but I have successfully used my powers and turned it into a 3-week project.
Oh, that's the one you're working on now.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is supposed to be a little pouch, but it has a little bit of embroidery.
I see. Just a little. Yeah.
Just a little. Just a little, but I'm experimenting and I'm learning and I'm getting better with my cast on buttonhole stitches. Here, I can take my
It looks
Ugh.
pretty cool, I think.
I'm very happy with it. This is gonna be the fanciest project pouch in
Oh,
history.
yeah, for sure.
But look at how fun they are. I'm working my fancy stitches over and over and over.
Yeah,
And
I
just
like
a
that.
couple of bullion knots, just a couple.
That
So
is cool. That is going to be a great pouch.
it is. It's gonna be so fun. So it was interesting. Usually I start these things and people go, but what are you gonna do with it? This
And this
time I knew
time,
what I was gonna do with it.
I know
It is
exactly.
gonna be heavy. It's gonna be heavy and completely impractical. And that's all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
So yeah, Yvette's asking, is it gonna be heavy?
Yeah.
It's just a little thing, and it has, it's I think it's the same one you did, the folded one with the vinyl on the inside.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Two and no, C. Oh, I can't remember what it was.
Here, let me see.
I keep forgetting.
I have a bookmark, 2 in 1 case.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And I
So,
made that one too, but I'm using it. It's at home with my sewing stuff in it, so
there
I
you
don't
go.
have it to show.
I think it's just the right size to hold my little embroidery stuff too, so then
It
I can
is like a very good size.
yeah.
Because
So
I
I'm
was
really
using
excited.
the sew together bag for all my embroidery stuff, but it's kind of bulky. And I want something
Yeah.
I can just slip in, that isn't bulky. And this to see it all pouch or whatever you said it was called that
Yes.
I already forgot. It
2
works
in
really
1.
well for that. And then the vinyl, you can actually see what's in it, which is even better.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's really cool. All of my patterns have the fabrics I'm using glued to the page. My books are now turning into journals.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, see? Ta-da! Makes it look more fun.
Hmm.
So, makes my books not sellable by my children when I die too, which is a nice
Yeah.
gift to them.
Yeah. Give yourself little arts and crafts projects.
Right. Oh, so what else do we have? So we have the Bagapalooza. We have that's is that it?
Yeah, the signups for String Fling closed, so
All right.
those will be going out at the end of the month. Stash Society, I'm still waiting for some fabric to come in that should be arriving hopefully tomorrow. So those will be going out soon. We are working on the next couple block of the months. We're not ready to share anything there yet, but we're feverishly working on those. So more will be coming soon. Um, what else? I think that might be about it for the moment.
My Kawandi by Machine class is live, but I suspect we might spend a little more time on that at a different thing. But if you've been tempted by making Kawandi but don't want to do it by hand, now we have a machine option for the on-demand class.
Which is, yeah, that's how I would end up doing it if I'm going to. I want to. They're so like snuggly.
They're
I
squishy.
really like the texture and the snuggliness of those.
Yeah, they're the best. They are all in a suitcase now because I'm going to South Jersey to teach this week. So
We do have some new fabric. You guys already know about soliloquy and scrawl. We've talked about those before. Those are here. And then we also now have the speckled, the new colors of the Ruby Star Blender speckled. They came out with 20 new colors this year, and they're really pretty. I don't have a chart. Oh, maybe I have a chart back. Let's see if I can show you.
So those are fabrics we were looking at early this summer to do samples of Helena, and
Yes.
we couldn't get them and they finally arrived. It took the shipping speeds from the manufacturers have really, really slowed down quite a bit.
Well, no, we knew it wasn't coming.
Oh,
That's
really?
another story. But yeah, so these are just three of the colors. There's some really good neutrals, but then also nice brights in
They're very
this group.
pretty.
I really like that. I think what's this one called? This one's called Playful, but
Is
it's
that
got a little
metallic?
gold metallic.
Oh,
Yeah, some of them have metallic, not all of them. This pink one, this blue one has gold metallic as well. But this pink one does not. It's a little bit more multicolor though. Got
Mm.
blue and gold and pink and a couple different colors. So this is just a really usable blender. And it comes in a nice range of colors. And we have little mini charms that are so cute.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go place an order. I love mini
Who
charms.
doesn't love a little mini charm? They're
Almost.
adorable. And you can sort of see here on the edge, sort of the colors
Oh,
in
wow.
this pack. So it's not like a rainbow exactly, but it's a nice range of color. But you do get some browns and grays and some nice neutrals. And we're going to have a project coming out with these very soon. But so that's just a little teaser for Speckled. We haven't even sent the email out yet, so that'll also be coming soon. What else? Oh, we got the new art gallery new colors of solids, which they're not ready to sell yet, but we have the new color cards. So those are in stock and ready to go. Yeah, now I'm making a vet scramble to put links up for the stuff we didn't intend to talk about. I'll stop talking now. The pre-sale color cards, those are going out in the morning. So if you did pre-order one of the Pure Solids, the Art Gallery Pure Solids, brand new color cards with the new colors, those are going out in the morning. So those will be on your way to you soon. And if you haven't ordered one yet, you can get one. They rounded out, there's more blues and purples, which was definitely lacking. So I'm excited that they added more of those. Plus, but some other greens and other colors as well. So it's rounding out the palette very well. And another thing I like is they've added the Susie Quilts solids. They used to have a separate color card just for those. They have now incorporated it into the regular color card. So just one will get you all of the colors.
And how many colors do they have now?
203.
Wow.
And I
That's
think and I can't remember what Riley Blake's up to, but they're over 200. So altogether, we probably have 450, maybe closer to 500 solids at this point.
There's a lot back there. Yeah.
Yeah, because with the Tula Pink colors, that's another 40 or 50 colors. Yeah, we're getting up there.
That's a lot. That's very exciting. We can make any picture.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I will have to say that I think the art gallery solids are my favorite because it tells me what it is on the fabric. I love
That's
that.
true. I do love that. That
It-
is definitely a value add there.
They need to have that on every single piece of information and on anywhere on their fabric line. We print the name of the color on the fabric. It's
I
great.
just wish the repeat was less than 18 inches, so it was on every single
Oh,
half yard cut or
yeah.
fat quarter cut. It's a little bit more than that, so it's possible that if you're getting like a half yard bundle, it might not say the name on the selvage just because it didn't fall within that cut. But usually repeat sizes are about 24 inches, so
Yeah.
do what you can.
Still, it's something.
Do we have wool by the yard if you want to make your own color combos? We do not. There are so many colors, and it would be very hard to keep them all in stock and to sell small enough pieces of them that having these packs is really it's just a lot easier. But we do have two sizes of packs. This is the larger. This is the fat 32nd. We also have fat 64ths, which are about half this size, I think. So you can combine packs, but we do not have individual yardage. We've been looking into that, but it's very difficult to stock that kind of thing.
Yeah. It takes up so much space. It's
It
so
really does. It's so fluffy.
yeah, it's very fluffy. Yeah, that bag that we got from Sue's Park. I
Yeah.
was cutting those kits and it was just like, "Well, this is a lot of wool."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All
If you have
right.
any other questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. You can also always email us. We're always willing to answer emails, questions on this or anything else. We're happy to do that.
I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think it's just my setting today. Hmm. I don't know. Anyways, buy our Helena kits, buy the pattern, come and sew along with us in January. You don't have to wait until January if you want to do it, but I think it's really it's fun. Like I forget
It's
how
fun
relaxing it is to make something simple.
that too, but also the community you get
Yeah.
from sewing with other people as well. And most of us are usually home alone sewing our projects, but doing a sew along or something like that, it just gives you that extra little connection with other people. And it's also a good um, push, a little push there, like, oh, I have a meeting this week. I'm going to actually work on this thing that otherwise I'll set aside and maybe not get around to.
Yep. And if you show up to a meeting and you have excuses, you don't need them. There's no pressure. You'll
Yeah.
make it when you make it. And if you just want to come and hang out and don't make the thing, that's fine. That's all your decision. That's okay with
Yeah,
us.
there's no police. We don't believe in those. Just have fun and make some stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Guess that'll do it for tonight. We will see you back here again next week. I don't even know what's going on.
What was the bat saying?
Um,
Same bat time, same bat channel.
there you go. That's it. So thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.